Am I the bad guy for refusing to return dog a year after owner gave him up? A little over a year ago, a sort of friend of my husband asked if we want her pitbull pup. The dog had chewed up her flooring in the home she was renting, and her insurance company had a rule against this breed. She gave him to someone else, but that rehoming fell through for whatever reason. We have had the dog for a year and taken on all expenses related to him. Our children are attached to him, and he is very protective over me and the babies. The original owner has only seen him 2 times since we've had him, except what is posted on social media. Now she is asking for us to return him to her, saying that she now has somewhere to keep him, which I'm assuming is not her property because of the insurance. Am I the bad guy for refusing to give the dog back after the invested time and money we have in the dog? Not the bad guy. It wouldn't be fair to the dog either. The dog has its family now. It shouldn't be rehomed again, just because your friend didn't think it through the first time. Not the bad guy. Tell her you didn't realize it was a boarding situation, and write up an invoice for all your expenses, including boarding and training fees. Make it ridiculously high. You should be able to hit $15,000 to $20,000, no problem. This is the best advice. And charge $20 per night, which is industry standard. Is it really? The places near me charge way more, especially for a large breeds. Not the bad guy. Pupper isn't a game of hot potato. She gave him up. You adopted him. The kids and he have bonded. She's the bad guy for even asking. If she misses him, I'm sure she can set up a time and place to meet him. Prying him out of his home and family isn't the way to a pup's heart. Also, dog tax please? Am I the bad guy for not wanting to take care of my sister's dog? My 17 male sister, 27 female, got a baby husky for Christmas from her husband. She's still training her. She has accidents still, and according to her, is a biter. Today though, she told my parents, I wasn't there, that she would start leaving the dog with us while she went to work. She would be leaving her around 7 a.m. and taking her at 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, if she doesn't decide to stay for a while, which she does sometimes. I'm definitely against this though. The issue is, I have a 7-year-old dog who isn't very good with other dogs, and I adopted a cat in November. So, handling another pet on top of them would be stressful. My dog already takes up the garage when it's raining, which it has been, and my cat is an indoor cat. So, the only place left for her would be downstairs. But like I said, she's not trained and constantly goes to the restroom even if you took her outside already. I know this because she did that twice when my sister and her husband were over for dinner for about an hour. I also want to clarify that the dog has no issue being home by herself. She absolutely can stay at my sister's house and not stay over here. I'm assuming my sister just doesn't want to come home to puddles on her floor. But I think that's her responsibility, not mine. I just feel like I should have time to do what I want, since I'm still studying for my driver's test and have school to worry about, which are both more important to me than cleaning up after a dog that isn't mine. I think she should have thought about this before getting a dog. But she is now saying I'm selfish for not helping her out. So, am I the bad guy for not wanting my sister to bring her dog over? Not the bad guy. Dogs are a big responsibility. If she needs to dump him on you, then she is not responsible. Not the bad guy. You're right. They should have thought about this before they got the dog. LOL. She thinks you're going to be a doggy daycare from 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, with one of the most stubborn dog breeds to train? Just because she told your parents that you're watching the dog, doesn't mean you're on the hook for watching the dog at all, especially if you told her explicitly that you do not want to. Not the bad guy. Not the bad guy. If your parents agreed to it, why don't they take care of the dog? It sounds like you've got your own responsibilities and don't need yet another one you didn't ask for. I guess they just assumed I would do it. My parents are a lot older than those of people my age. My dad is disabled, and my mom is busy with work and managing my dad's medications all day, so an energetic puppy, that's way larger than ours, isn't really something I imagine them being able to handle. Make it known to them immediately that you will not be taking care of it at all. And they need to bring a crate or exercise pen with a lid, since it will be crated at all times. Am I the bad guy for not helping a neighbor whose dog got loose? I go for a run in my neighborhood multiple times a week. I've got a lap down in my neighborhood that is pretty much a perfect mile, so oftentimes I run this track, so I know how far I've run. This morning, down a side street, I notice a guy chasing a dog. The dog is semi-approaching me, but it's still probably 100 yards away, I'd guess 50 pounds, no idea what breed. The guy starts yelling at me, asking if I can grab his dog for him. I act like I don't hear him and keep running. I hear him frantically trying to get the dog to come back, and he is trying to catch it. I just keep running, and eventually get away from what was going on. About a dozen times I've been chased by dogs in my neighborhood over the past 10 years I've lived here. I don't enjoy this experience, and early on living in the neighborhood even had an owner blame me because I caused his dog to react as I ran by that house. I've had to jump in the beds of strange pickups to get away a few times. So I'm not much of a fan of the dogs, or owners, in my neighborhood after these experiences. As I circle back around to where the loose dog situation was, I see the owner still out looking. He sees me, and he is angry and stops me. He says he can't find his dog and have I seen it? I say I haven't seen it since the last time I ran by. He mentions how he asked me to grab it, since it was headed my way. I respond with, "Sorry man, I'm not grabbing a strange dog. I don't know what it's going to do to me." He's mad with that answer, so I leave and continue my run. I get about a quarter mile away and I see his dog. It's approaching a lady walking her dogs. I even hear her say, "Oh, where is your owner?" I say nothing and run home. Was I the bad guy? You are the bad guy, for not telling the woman where the owner was. You didn't have to chase after the dog, but you could have at least told the woman. Geez. You deliberately said nothing to get back at that guy for getting mad at you. Shame on you for being so selfish. You're the bad guy. Exactly. OP's mile track isn't going anywhere, unlike the dog. A little help would have been nice, even if it's just to let the woman know the owner was still looking for their pet. While I see where you're coming from and understand that it's not your responsibility to get his dog for him, you could have at least told the lady walking her dogs who were where the owner was, and had her help. I don't think you're the bad guy for not wanting to chase down a dog, but I would have to argue that you were a little bit of the bad guy for pretending you didn't hear your neighbor, and refusing to help in any way. Agreed. It can be hard to do anything with a dog you don't know, especially if you don't have a leash or treats or anything. And a dog running loose can be scary. But there's no reason you can't say something to someone who is better equipped and likely interested in helping. After thinking about this, you are the bad guy. You went out of your way not to help someone. So I hope you never expect a stranger to do anything nice for you, ever. Of course, it's not your dog, and there are a bunch of people on Reddit who have never lived in the real world, who will tell you that you aren't obligated to help anyone, ever. But honestly, it's a bad move to not even try, and to pretend you don't hear the guy at all. Then, when you actually saw the lost dog, you didn't even say a thing? Bad move. Thanks for coming to our channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share your comments down below. Let us know what you think. See you again soon. Bye.